As always, all things on screen here are going to be the things I'm analysing, and today we have YouTuber Druid with a super fast 100 plus kill game on Marita. He's a mid-sensitivity, mid-FOV aggressive player, and as you can see here, this game led him to a 36.8% accuracy in 20 minutes, which is crazy fast with a 15 KD. Go and subscribe to him. All the videos are top class, especially for PC settings, and let's get into the game. So, straight at the start of the game, his first death is going to come down due to cover rotation, and of course, being an aggressive player, as with all other aggressive players, decision making isn't going to be as consistent as someone who plays slower and has more time to think. And that's one of the scenarios which happens here. You could see here he needs to move left to get to the objects of cover, moving out there into the open where you've got all the enemies coming from E on top of the houses looking at you. You know, of course, you're putting yourself out there to get shot and die. But straight away here, as I replay and slow down, you can see the spamming of the run to start and stop. Now, it's a pretty useful tactic in the fact that, you know, he's not getting fully into a sprint and is therefore able, in that scenario, to pull his gun up much faster to go into a gunfight. And that's something I don't do often enough myself, but you will see me do it when I'm sneaking up on an enemy, because it also makes your footsteps pretty much silent. Now, slowing down and replaying again here, you can see he's reloading with 24 rounds in the mag after firing a few bullets and then getting shot at as soon as he starts reloading. That does hint at a ammo management or reload management issue. However, after watching this entire game, I can say categorically that is not the case. It all comes down to the downside of the more aggressive player, in that decisions aren't going to be as accurate or as good when you're playing fast and having less time to be able to think and make decisions, and you're obviously wanting to reload and getting to loads of gunfights, get loads of kills, and so you're constantly reloading all the time, maybe when you shouldn't be, and you're reloading at times when you think is safe when probably isn't. So therefore, these aren't things I'm pointing out that he needs to improve or are bad. It's simply just some of the things where, you know, from my perspective as a slower player, what I would do to improve. And that is something aggressive players can do and improve in aggressive play. Now you see here in this example, he's jumped straight out into the main road. The enemies are on the left. You know, he's not looked left first, and he could have stood in the doorway, killed the guy in front of him first, and then looked left. And this is something which, again, is an aggressive mistake, but I've got a perfect example later on in this video, which I will point out, where in the exact same scenario, he has done the correct thing. So it's not a case of that's something he is bad at and needs to do, improve overall. It's just something that comes down with consistency and aggressive play. Moving on, here I have to point out the rotation, going around the side towards E, getting a flank on all the enemies again that are pushing directly through the center, which is in front here, to take on the rest of his team. As you have seen already throughout all the clips, he is a PC player and his aim is crazily good, hence why he's had a 100 kill game in just over 15 minutes. Which is unheard of. As you know, when I say getting 50 kills by the 30-minute mark, he's basically done double that when you're going for those 100 kill games. He's got the aim switching, he's got the recoil management. It's just everything is there. Yeah, that you would expect from a PC player, and he's able to do full auto at most ranges, of which most console players, including myself, I would be going into burst fire or even tap fire to try and get those quicker kills, improving my accuracy by slowing down on the fire rate. But being on PC and having that sort of advantage, he is able to therefore maintain the faster fire rate. And you can see regularly he's getting 2-3 kills per magazine, per 30-round magazine, and still sometimes having enough bullets to get a 4th kill there as well, where again on console you might see people be lucky sometimes to get 2 or even the 3rd kill. Now, what I do love about the next clip is not only just the rotation in terms of he's got to choose between A flag and F flag. He doesn't want to run all the way back to A flag to his spawn to then only have to run back to F. So he's got the right rotational play here, but I like the fact that he's using the center of the map to push F flag from, using all close quarters, which obviously suits his playstyle of being aggressive with a high time to kill gun. Now here is the example I talked about from earlier. He's not pushing out from the doorway, exposing his back to the entirety of F flag where the enemies are spawning and coming from also their spawn. Whereas we saw earlier on in the game, he did jump straight out from that doorway and of course got picked off from all different sides before even checking it. So again, it's not a downside to his game, it's just simply something that comes with playing aggressive. And of course, the best aggressive players can minimize those mistakes and improve their consistency in those areas better than others can. So here you can see at the top, B flag is being captured by the enemies. This is around the 36-minute and 45-second mark. He is going to push towards F flag, and that's not the correct rotational play here, in my opinion, where you're pushing the enemy spawn, potentially going to spawn trap them, close out the game, and kill off the game early, and you're not going to be able to hit that 100 kill game as quick. And by the time he does realize, as you can see here, no enemies coming, and does decide to go back towards A and B flag, it's then at the 35-minute and 25-second mark, which you'll see at the top in just a second, which is almost 1.5 minutes wasted going towards the wrong rotational play, which in this game, specifically for him in terms of time and amount of kills, in that 1.5 minutes could easily have been another 5 kills for him. Now here I absolutely love, again, the rotation here to go through the house in the close quarters areas rather than running directly over towards C out in the open. But here he has a decision to make. Does he run up onto the power position on the left there, going towards the center of the map C, where there's normally the highest amount of footfall of enemies, while also being able to use the cliff edge to overlook D flag? However, he's gone here down onto D flag where there's not much cover at all. If you get into a gunfight with 1 or 2 enemies, or even 3 sometimes, you've got no cover, you're not going to have enough ammo, and it's highly likely that you are going to die. So, me personally would always be going up onto the power position in the middle of the 2 flags, where I can just stand still and shoot enemies coming from both sides, and, it'd be easy. But you will see him completely do the opposite later on in the game with the best clip of the game, going on an absolute rampage, taking him up to 3 kills to the 100 kill game by going down onto D flag, which is something I never would personally do. But what I love in the previous 10 seconds of this clip is, rather than pushing straight down onto B flag, he's gone up into the house to get high ground and been able to look down straight over all of B and get some really easy kills. Again, another good rotational play, of which you've seen throughout the course of this commentary a lot of positive rotation and negative rotation, which all comes down to the quick decision making that comes with playing aggressive. Now, honestly, this has been a really good game for me to analyze because there's so many positives and negatives, but he's done the positive and the negative in the exact same situation and scenarios multiple times in this game. Now, here, he's done an amazing job pushing up, but he's pushed straight forward into the line of sight of all the enemies on the left there, and, he didn't need to push forward to try and kill those 3 or 4 enemies which were directly in front of him. He had the cliff edge there to overlook D flag, and he had the distance to be able to use the Sturmgewehr, which for him on PC, he's good at medium to long range with. We've seen it in evidenced throughout the clips in his game. He should have just stayed put as soon as he got up onto that flank, and he could have picked off kill after kill after kill. Again, an aggressive mistake. However, you will see in the next 2 minutes before the game ends, he's going to push up that cliff edge again, and this time he will make the correct decision of staying still, and you'll see, trusting in his accuracy at medium to long range, you'll see him pick up loads of kills. Now, I'm not going to commentate on the next minute clip because it's a thing of beauty. The best clip in the game going down onto D flag. Watch his awareness, watch the sliding and reload management into and out of cover. Also, there's not much physical tall objects to use for cover, and he's using cover wherever he can. It's just all round an elite clip, so enjoy. And he's so unlucky here to take a death, going for the revive, ending that amazing streak. Ending here with 97 kills, 3 kills away from 100, around the 28.5-minute mark, which is just really, really good. Now here, doing an amazing job fighting to get up the cliff edge around on this flank point. And this is going to be, you know, the opposite of the previous clip shown, which was the negative, whereby he played aggressively, pushing forward out towards the enemies. Now here you see the positive example, which I would want and expect to see, and that's holding his ground. He's got the accuracy and the skill level to be able to do it from this range and with this weapon. And yeah, again, let you watch it, self-explanatory, for the opposite being the positive of the negative, which I explained a few minutes ago. So overall, aim, recoil control, you know, knowing the mechanics in terms of sprint cancelling constantly to be able to have quick aim, awareness of everything that's going on around him, are all really strong positives, and you expect to see them in a PC player and an aggressive player, and he does them to the highest level. There is no negatives which I can say about his game. What can you say about someone who's hitting a 100 kill game on Marita, you know, by the 30-minute mark, basically? All I will say is, can he slow down a little bit here or there in terms of, you know, making those better rotational plays, giving himself time to look at the flags and to think about where to move next? And again, aggression is not something you can say specifically how to improve, because you don't want to ask this guy to slow down when he's doing the games which he's doing. And again, he might not play this way on other maps with different weapons. I can only commentate on the game which is in front of me. So overall, a ridiculously good game. Go check out his channel, top comment below, and I will see you guys on the next video.